Jambo again from Kenya. It's our story time again. And today we are going to talk about the animal dudu and their importance. When you go out on safari and you are driving around, sometimes it's good to take time and look on the ground, not for the big game, but just for the poo, because they come in different shapes. Some of them, like the buffaloes, have got some poo, some doo-doo that looks like pancakes. When you look at the poo of the Dik Diks, they are small pellets. They look like M&Ms. When you look at the poo of the zebras, they look like muffins or some bread rolls. If you come across the poo of the hyenas, they look like sausages. So they come in different shapes. Why? Nobody knows. And this brings me to my story for today. Before my story, I want to tell you about this joke about an American guy. There was this old guy in the US, and he liked his drink. So every time he would go to his local pub, the home pub, sit by the barman at the counter and enjoy his beer. And he liked his beer so much that at times he would have more than he could take. So the barman became his friend because he was a frequent customer. And every time he went there, they would chat, they would, talk of different stories. And one time this barman said to the customer, "My friend, you have had enough. I'm not selling you any more beer because you'll never be able to walk home." This drunkard guy, the customer said, "Oh, that is fine, I don't want more beer, but can I sit here and keep chatting with you?" And the barman said, "Why not? We can keep chatting." So this drunkard guy, the customer said, "My friend, what would you like us to talk about?" And the barman said, "Let's talk about atomic bomb." Atomic bomb? That's a nice subject. This guy said, the customer, "When the rabbits go out and they graze on this green grass, the end result is brown pellets. Do you know why?" The barman said, "No." He went ahead and said, "When these horses feed on this brown hay, the end result is this brown like things that looks like muffin. Do you know why?" The barman said, "No." He didn't know where this was heading. So the barman, the drunkard guy, the customer, went on and he said to his friend, "My friend, when cows go and they eat this corn and grass, the end result is something flat on the ground that looks like pancakes. Do you know why?" This guy says, "No, I have no idea." He went ahead and he said, "When these chicken go around and they feed on grass and bugs and all kind of stuff, the end result is this liquid greenish thing. Do you know why?" The barman was now getting upset. He was getting fed up with this kind of question. He said, no, I don't know why. The drunkard guy sitting on the counter stool laughed so hard. He was like, my friend, you want us to talk about atomic bomb and you know no shit? That's the end of my joke. Back to our story. Animals, most of them use the dung midden for communication, because every time they leave the scent with the dung midden, and every time another animal from the same species smells it, they are able to tell whether there is a mate in heat, or one of their own was there, or this is somebody else's territory. That is the way they communicate. That is what the books say. But, for example, if you look at a Dik Dik, they have a pile of dung together, because they live in pairs and both of them use the same spot to check the tires. They use the same spot. So that mountain grows every day. The books say it is a way of marking their territory. But my grandmother had a different story. She said to me that years ago, a Dik Dik was coming from the market and she had a heavy load of goodies on her back. And as she was walking home, remember she has very tiny legs that looks like toothpicks, very tiny. She was walking home with a heavy load on the back, and she found this big heap of dudu on the road. Going around the dudu was a lot of work. So she decided to climb over it and get to the other side and keep going. But when she got all the way to the top of the dudu, she sank because she had a heavy load. She just sank straight down and she got stuck in this dudu. She screamed for help. It took the effort of all the Dik Diks in that region. They all came and together they were able to get her out of this mess. So later on, the Dik Diks had a conference. And they were all trying to come up with a solution. First, they wanted to know whose dudu was on the road where the Dik Dik got stuck. And after some homework, they found out it belonged to the rhino. Because rhinos also, they do it together. And because rhino is a big animal, you can imagine several rhinos doing it on the same spot. It can be a very big dudu, a mountain. So they found out it was the rhino and they said, now this is a rhino. A rhino is too big for us. There is no way we can revenge. Because they wanted to revenge. Because they said tit for tat is a fair game. But there was no way they could come up with a way to revenge to the rhino. But one of them came up with this idea and said, why don't we do the same? Why don't we from now on check the tires on the same spot and build this mountain so that also a rhino can get stuck one day? And from that point, the Dik Diks decided to do like the rhinos. The Dik Diks do it together. They look for a same spot, everybody comes, they drop the small pellets like M&Ms on the same spot with great hopes that one day a rhino will also get stuck. Unfortunately, when it rains, it get washed off by the water, and they have to start all over again. You believe it or not, that's my true story from my grandmother. Viewers, thank you for watching, and keep tuned to this channel for more stories. Continue sending your feedbacks, they are very important, so that we can keep this going and bring happiness, humor to the whole world. Thank you.